What's up, everyone? It's Wacko. Welcome you to week 4 of SPS season 9. Yeah, we're on week 4. I ended up claiming a forfeit win last week because my opponent said to show up at like 6 o'clock on like a Thursday, and then they didn't show up. And I was going on vacation, so I was like, I'm just gonna claim the win. I'm not gonna extend after waiting an hour for a game for a time they set. So, or no, it was like a Wednesday. Either way, this week we're gaming. We haven't gamed since I lost to Delp a couple weeks ago. So I think we were like 2-1 plus 2 or plus 1 maybe. Um and like I guess technically I'm within the realm of playoffs, but I'd like to win a couple more games just to ensure that I make it to playoffs. And yeah. So this week we're up against I think Alex Santeri. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. Um, but yeah, anyways, he's got a really scary team. Um, he's got the Mega Scizor Urshifu single strike, which for some reason is a female. I didn't know that it could be male or female. Um, we also have Spectrier, Almomola, Latias, and Terra Kilowattrel. His Kilowattrel this week is Terra Water, which I think is interesting. Because I think Terra Ground kind of just ran through me, but um, whatever, I suppose. Um, and yeah, getting things started, I have on my side Trapagos, Sneasler, Tapu Lele, Chiyu, Mega Manectric, and Leafeon. So I'm bringing all 4 of my new mons, Sneasler, Lele, Chiyu, and Leafeon in this game. Um, Terrapagos is rocking the Assault Vest with, I believe, Terra Starstorm, Rapid Spin, Flamethrower, and Crunch. I thought if Spectre was going to come this week that it wouldn't be Wisp, and if it was a Wisp, then it probably wasn't slotting the Sub or Calm Mind. So I was fine with going Crunch, just to like lower his defense, and Crunch hit harder if it was a Calm Mind set. And it could also kind of fake out like his other mons like Scizor if he thought I was like a physical Terrapagos. And yeah, our Sneasler is Choice Scarf with U-turn, close combat, throat chop, and fire punch. It's just kind of like an Urshifu switch in. I'm very physically defensive as well. Actually, I don't know how physically defensive I am, but I think I've slotted like quite a bit of physical defense. Um, Yeah, because I'm Scarf. I believe I'm actually Scarf Jolly, so I could afford more bulk. So yeah, I'm like pretty physically defensive. Our Tapu Lele is, I believe, Moonblast, Psyshock, I think Draining Kiss, and Aromatherapy. I was gonna change its set like before I started playing today, but I decided not to, and I went through quite a bit of change with this prep. Actually. Um, and the Lele, I couldn't figure out how to run Lele for the life of me. Like, I had this dual stab on, I was like, I can't even really bring it out until Scizor dies. So I have to figure out how to kill Scizor fast so that Lele could come in later. Um, and I felt like Lele was a better bring than Torn. I thought Kilowattrel would be like wind power, and up until like 1 o'clock in the morning last night, I realized that wind power is not Wind Rider. So I was like, oh, Kilowattrel is just immune to anything Torn does. Well, that's not exactly the case, and I probably could have and should have brought Torn, but I was like, nope, you gotta bring Lele, because Torn can't do anything. But apparently Torn can do stuff. But it's fine. I think Lele helps to break Aloe a lot better. And my opponent also had a Carbink, and I thought maybe he'd bring Carbink for Chiyu, but I suppose not. I also have Chiyu with Overheat, Eject Pack, rocking also Dark Pulse, Flame Charge, and I think Fire Blast. So Eject Pack is to get in the Leafeon. I guess I'll talk about Leafeon and then I'll talk about Manectric. So our Leafeon set is Chlorophyll Sunny Day. Manual Sunny Day with Life Orb, Solar Beam, Weather Ball, and Knockoff. Or not Solar Beam, Solar Blade. And if you look at his team, there's no switch in to Leafeon. Leafeon absolutely destroys everything that you see there. And then our Manectric is just a Mega Manectric. We have Thunderbolt, Overheat, Flamethrower, and Toxic. My opponent had a Nidoking, which is the only reason I ran both Overheat and Flamethrower. So if he had brought Nidoking, I could have brought him or I could have, if I got him Manectric on like Scizor, I could Flamethrower. And if he thought I was just Flamethrower, then he would probably stay in with Nidoking and either get up Rocks or try to Earth Power me because I don't have a ground. I guess Leafeon is my ground resist, but Leafeon is like not resisting ground, I guess. Um, Overheat after the first flamethrower would kill most Nidokings, unless they were bulky, but I would imagine they might want to speed type Trapagos. I'm not exactly sure, but he opted to not bring Nidoking anyways. Which is interesting because I thought like he'd bring Carbink or maybe Nidoking because I thought Sneasler and like Mega Manectric were kind of scary for him. But I suppose not. And yeah, getting things started. And by the way, he has timer on. I requested. I guess I sort of requested him to turn off timer, but he kind of didn't, so it's fine. Usually I can play fast anyways, but there are like a couple turns where I'm like, I'd like to do some calcs. He leads with Kilowattra, which by the way looks really nice on Showdown, I think. Um, it looks a little bit different. Like Manectric looks so like the shadows are just kind of weird. I feel like you can see the shadow under like his beak. I don't know. There's just something about like Gen 8 and Gen 9 mons just look kind of weird on Showdown because everything else is using like their Gen 7 art or their Gen 7 uh, animations and stuff. So it looks kind of bad. Like Showdown doesn't look good, but you know. But he leads Kilowattra. I'm like, okay, he's probably like Volt Absorb or Wind Power, and he's Terra Water. So when I saw Terra Water, I was like, oh, I guess maybe he's Volt Absorb. But no, he's actually competitive. I get off a Toxic, and I'm like, oh shoot. Thankfully, he didn't Terra Blast there. I don't really know why he didn't just like raw Terra Blast there. Um, I'm pretty sure he killed Manectric based on like how much that Volt Switch did. I'm pretty sure Manectric was like pretty much dead there. Maybe I lived on like a little bit. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Manectric died. But no, he goes into Shifu. I do get off a Toxic on Kilowattra, which doesn't really do much, but I'm like, oh, Manectric is kind of dead in this matchup now. He's gonna Wicked Blow into my Sneasler. Sneasler eats the shit out of that though, and we're gonna U-turn on Scizor. Basically, I was like, oh, I think he's Scarf Jolly Urshifu, which makes sense. He has to outspeed Scarf Lele. Because once Scizor goes down, Lele goes like absolutely ham on this team. So he's trying to outspeed Lele, or even Leafeon, or like a Rapid Spin to Terapagos or something. So yeah, he's gonna bring in Scizor on my U-turn. I'm like, okay, perfect opportunity. Scizor's chipped down a little bit. Kilowattrel has a Toxic on it. I'm gonna overheat. This Aloe, I don't know what this Aloe is. It looks like it might be like a bit specially defensive, but he's actually leftovers. And he's gonna bring in the Scizor on my Sunny Day, which opts him to bring back an Aloe because he's like, oh shoot, it's Sunny Day Weather Ball. And he did take a little bit to pick his move. So I was like, oh, he's probably seeing if Leafeon gets a Weather Ball. Which I guess I could have expected him to do. But you know, I mean, like, it's a Chlorophyll Mon. I guess you could think I was just setting up like a Swords Dance or something. I don't know. But yeah, he protects Ice Solar Blade. He goes back up to full. And he actually brings in the Latias here. Solar Blade is going to end up doing over 50%, which is insane to me. And here, I should have maybe Solar Bladed again, but I opted to click Knockoff. Thankfully, I killed through Colbert anyways. I don't know what this Latias set is. I'm going to assume it was pretty, like, offensive, because Solar Bladed over half. But I'm pretty sure, regardless, if he was Colbur, I think knockoff might have done about more. Um, no, 95 base power versus resisted. No, it would have been 90, so I guess knockoff still was the better click there. I think. It was close though. Urshifu's gonna come in, click Wicked Blow again. If he had clicked Zen Headbutt, it would have been fine because I know that he's like Scarf, and then Chiyu can come in and just start spamming Dark Pulse. Or like Dark Pulse into Flamethrower, because I'm pretty sure like this Aloe gets two-shot by my Chiyu set probably. Um, he's gonna go Spectre this time. I'm gonna opt to U-turn. He red cards me, which is funny, and red cards me right into my Spectre check. I am Assault Vest on Terapagos. He's gonna taunt me, but I'm like, fine, whatever. He's gonna bring in Scizor on my Crunch, and I'm like, you know what? There's no, there's no Nidoking in this matchup. Shifu Scarf, Spectre's at 50%, and I still have Mega Manectric for both like Kilowattrel and Spectrier, and a Scarf Sneasler, and a full health Lele, which really helps with like everything as well. So I'm like, you know what? I can let Terapagos like I can get Tear Shell off of it, I suppose. He's gonna Sand Tomb the Scizor, which I think is interesting. Also, he's like a fast. Oh, you know what? It's because I'm a slow Terapagos. I end up running, I think, minus speed nature, which is why he outsped me. Flamethrower does KO it though, so I was like, 6 health on my Terapagos is probably worth it. He's gonna Wicked Blow on my Terra Starstorm, and he doesn't kill me with another Wicked Blow, so I'm just gonna Rapid Spin. I guess I should have seen that coming. I probably could have clicked Flamethrower there, but I was like, eh. And then he ends up clicking Wisp, and I was just kind of confused. Um, and then he's Mudshot. So he's Taunt, Mudshot, Wisp, which is a really weird set. I thought maybe if he'd bring Spectre at all, that it would be like sub Calm Mind, but I guess so. Mudshot makes sense because it's his best move to hit Chiyu, but I was a bit confused by like the rest of this. Flamethrower doesn't knock him out, unfortunately. And then Aloe's gonna come in. I'm gonna crunch that Aloe. And he's gonna Wish Up. I'm gonna tear a Starstorm, and because he's faster, because he Mudshotted me, I was like, okay, he can't flip turn out. And I think I spent a little bit on it, but then I just kind of read that turn. I was like, oh, Wish came before Terra Starstorm. So he has to let Aloe take the hit, basically. I don't know why if... Oh, it's because Spectre is still alive. So I was like, oh, I kind of have to Flamethrower in case he wants to bring back in Spectre. Which is whatever. Trapagos is going to click Terra Starstorm one more time. And go down. I'm going to bring in Leafeon down Sunny Day as he Scalds. And he protects. I'm going to Solar Blade. I'm just going to spam Solar Blade until he picks to sack something. Solar Blade, I believe 2 Solar Blades would kill Kilowattrel, especially if Latias took half from a Solar Blade. Kilowattrel's not taking... It's not eating a Solar Blade. So, like, he has to sack something here. Spectre goes down. Aloe's gonna come back in. He's gonna protect, which I expected him to. Solar Blade will do a lot. And I opt to click Knockoff there, just to knock off his lefties as he Scalds. Does not get the burn. I'm gonna Sunny Day again. As he Scalds again, he does get the burn this time, which kind of sucks for me, but I suppose you click Scald so many times, like, you're probably gonna get the burn. Although I'm pretty sure he didn't... No, he Wisped my Terapagos. He clicked Scald like 4 times, so I think it's fair that he gets the Scald burn there. Solar Blade isn't gonna do too much. At this point, I'm kind of just letting Leafeon go down. He clicks Wish, though, and I'm at 4%. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to bring in Manectric at this point and just let Leafeon survive. It could have been maybe bad for me if he had gone hard Kilowattrel. But at that point, I would have just like I would have been losing either Leafeon or Manectric anyways. So I'm fine with both. I'm fine with either. So I'm just gonna Thunderbolt. Kilowattrel's gonna come in now. I'm gonna Thunderbolt that. He's gonna Terra Blast, and I'm gonna Thunderbolt again. And at this point, Shifu's gonna come in. He says GG, well played. Wicked Blow does knock me out though, but I can always just bring in Chiyu because he's locked into Wicked Blow. Wicked Blow is only gonna do half, and I'm gonna be able to Flame Charge. I just want to move to click that was guaranteed to KO. I pretty like I could have missed Overheat. I could have missed Fire Blast. Dark Pulse probably didn't KO, so I was like, no, I guess I have to disrespect him with the Flame Charge KO. Um, yeah, Dark Pulse might have actually KO'd it. Um, but yeah, GG's to Alex and Terry. Leafeon and Mega Manectric though, like they did absolutely so much work. I was very happy with their performance for a 5 point Mon. Lele didn't even touch the field. And all Sneasler did was quick U-turn. Although that was kind of its role. Sneasler, like, all it had to do in this matchup was U-turn. Because he never wants to keep Urshifu in on Sneasler. And he can't Oko me, usually, so... And if he wanted to Scarf Lock in a Zen Headbutt, then I have like, my Zen Headbutt switch-ins are decent, so... Yeah. Um, Next week, I believe I'm facing Shandy. Um, I believe this is the matchup. Uh, it's a little off-centered, but that's kind of what it is. Um, so that'll be an interesting week. And yeah, for me, I thought it was weird. I didn't bring my Terra Captain this week, and I also didn't bring Torn or Iron Treads. But I feel like my Cheatmons did really well this week. They kind of MVP'd. Trapagos did its job too. But I think Manectric and Leafeon, I wouldn't say they overstepped, because I guess that their purpose was to be like super offensively threatening, but they did the work. Chiyu did pretty decent too. It did its job to get in Leafeon. And yeah, so yeah, next week we'll be facing Shandy. That team is utterly terrifying, by the way. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys then.